Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. Let me know how we sounding. All right, y'all. So we got a couple setups we're looking at right here. Make sure to go ahead and like the live as you hop in here. You already know the drill. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. So you can see the volumes kicking in off this London session candlestick. GU just broke back above this level. So we're going to be looking for continued GU buys like the buys we took yesterday, right? If you was in yesterday's live stream, remember we talked about GU buys. Hit TP2 or TP3, got whipped out, re-entered, caught a nice 1 to 3 on it. So we're going to be looking for the same thing with GU. So we're either going to be looking for price to retest 31.65 again, or if we can break above and hold 31.85 as support, we could look for buys going to 3,200. GJ, same thing, just like to the upside. So we're going to be waiting for a price to either retest 203.90, or if we can break above and hold 204.30 support, we can look for continued buys going to 204.70. So we got a few setups we're looking at, y'all. I'm actually got to add another level, so I'm about to do that on my other chart. But if y'all was in the live stream yesterday, or if you watched the Sunday chart analysis, the markets are going exactly as projected so far. Gold tanked all day yesterday. Got this nice gold sell, nice 1 to 2. You see it rejected. And then y'all was in the TikTok live yesterday, y'all saw when price did this thing to the downside. Same thing with NAS100. My screen will pop up. Yeah, same thing with NAS100. We took that sell. I just updated my levels. That's why my levels look off. But as you can see, it repeated the sell move we was talking about the live stream yesterday 3 different times. And then as you can see, it broke the support level, dropped, and then proceeded to tank last night as well. So that's some retracements going on, but we're looking for sells nonetheless. So with NAS, we're either going to be looking, as long as we can maintain 24,800 as resistance, we're looking for sells. So we're watching to see if we can break below 24,670, or we're going to be looking for a retest at 24,750 right now. All right, but we're looking for sells either way. We're looking for sells either way. Just looking to see how price reacts to these levels. We're in no trades currently. New 15 just popped up. So let's see if NAS can break back down below here. All right, looks like NAS just did so. All right, so we're about to see if we can break below here and hold this as resistance. No, this is a different. I got an alert on another chart. I feel like I do. No, I don't. That's this chart. All right. So we're looking for gold sells, NAS sells, GU, and GJ buys. All right. We're just waiting for our retest and break and retest right now. You already know the drill. We're mainly going to be watching the futures and indices because they're closer. So we're about to see how NAS reacts right here. Again, if we can break below and hold 24,670 as resistance, we can look for sells. And then we're looking for possible gold sells also. What's going on, Giovanni? I see you up in here. What's going on? I see you up in here. Yeah, I like this setup right here. Let's see if we can hold. Let's see if we can hold right. Yeah, the markets woke up though. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. Got a new video dropping for y'all today as well. I got a lot of videos lined up for y'all this week, honestly. Let me see. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not entered this trade yet. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal from Telegram. Again, this is why we don't breakout trade. Imagine we would have got excited and went for a sell just because the price broke that level. We'd be an unnecessary drawdown and have potential risk of our stop loss getting hit. All right, again, you do not want to breakout trade and wait for the break and retest. Same thing with GJ, right? GJ broke past his level. We're waiting for the retest or the break and retest right here. There's no rush to take any setups. London session just started. We're 2-0 to start off the week. What did we go 6-1 last week? So there's literally no rush to take setups or make any mistakes, right? There's literally no need to do so. I promise, if you only go for your setups will come. And when they come, you're going to be able to capitalize on the setups and make bread. I promise you. So we're going to be looking for a retest. Excuse me, we're going to be looking for a retest here. We're going to look for the same potential buy setup we took yesterday on GU. I'll be looking to see if we can retest and maintain 3165 as support. Then we're watching GJ as well to see if it's going to retest or keep on pushing. As far as news today, we don't have anything going on. We do have Australian news later on tonight. As far as one day New York session, we don't got a damn thing going on. So it's just going to be a regular Tuesday where we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. That's what we're looking for right now. And we're looking for this retest here. Right, so GU is still stuck in a reversal territory. It keeps on attempting to break out of it and make a higher high, but as you can see, it keeps on getting sucked back into the reversal range. So we're going to be looking for today us to break out of that level. And if we can catch a big move today on GU. If we can get some volume to kick in and break past this high, and we failed to do so the last few times, we can catch a big move on GU right here. But again, we're not going to rush the setup. We're still going to wait for that retest. Still going to wait for that retest. And if you have not already, make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free Telegram, and watch the Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. Like I was talking to y'all about in the TikTok live yesterday. If y'all look at NAS100 at the beginning of the day, Sunday night, remember this was a green candlestick. And I told y'all we were still looking for sales. Now, why in the hell would we see a big juicy green candlestick and I'm telling y'all to go for sales? Because as y'all know over here, we do not chase price, but we follow the flow of price. And if we look at NAS100, how NAS100 ended that day, we can clearly see that thing flipped the script completely. And then, well, that's today, actually, this one. It flipped the script completely. It was a green candlestick. That thing turned to a wick, and that thing proceeded to drop the entire day. So again, how did I know sales was the move to go for? Because if you understand the rules of price, everything else starts to make sense, right? You block out all the other noise, and you're able to avoid majority of the fake outs and liquidity sweeps like y'all see us do on a daily and weekly basis. So make sure to get y'all's copy of the playbook if you have not already. Like I said in the free Telegram, y'all know the drill. You can get it separately, or you go to the website, you can get that book, my other books in a bundle of 2 or 3, or you get that book completely for free with my other books when you join Playmaker University. And for those that just joined Playmaker University, and even if y'all joined the Advanced Play Signal Room, click the pinned messages. Do not just join the channel. Explore the channel. Check the pinned messages. Join the group chat. And then look at the past videos and content, right? So you understand how things go down. We got a new 5-minute just popped up. So again, we're looking to see if we can break below and hold 24,660 as a resistance. If so, we could look for sales going down to 24,610. Appreciate those that like the live. Make sure to like the live and subscribe as y'all hop up in here. And even if GU does not retest as low, that does not mean a damn thing, right? Just like y'all saw yesterday, you do not give a fuck, right? Price eventually will retrace. And if it doesn't retrace, just look for entry at the next spot. That's literally all you got to do. That's literally all you got to do. I don't know what happened. My thing crashed. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. We should be good though. Let me know if y'all can hear me. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. All right, cool. Yeah, I got to clear up some space on my computer. It's talking about low space. I got to clear up some space. I'll do that after the live though. All right, so this next 15, what we're going to be looking for, y'all, we're going to be looking to see if we can retest and maintain 3165 support with GU. If so, we can look for the same buy setup we went for yesterday. And then GJ, we're looking to see if price is going to retest 203.90 or if we could break above and hold 204.30 as support. And then we're going to be looking to see if NAS can break below and hold 24,670 as resistance. And then we're looking for sells on gold still. Again, if y'all was in yesterday's live stream, watch the Sunday chart analysis. The NAS and gold sells when that's projected literally all day and all night. Then the GU buy when that's projected yesterday. And then GJ when that's projected as well. Did not take the GJ buys though, because as you can see, price did not retest until it broke this zone. But now we saw again off the London session, it's floated to the upside. So we're going to look for continued buy. Looks like. Y'all already know the drill. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at charts, drop in the chat. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let's see if we can hold this level here. We just had an alert on gold also. That's one of my other charts actually. False alarm. And so it won't break below. If it's going to retrace, we're going to let price retrace. Yeah, I like this GU setup. So let me go for this GU setup again. Like that retest right there. Make the stop loss tighter than yesterday though. Yeah, but if GU doesn't break past this high, hold that support today, we're either going to play ring ground Rosie again, or the downtrend is going to come into play. So we got to break past this point. At this point, we keep pushing back above it. We're either going to continue to play ring around the Rosie, or the uptrend is going to come into play. Now we do have news for GBP and USD tomorrow. 2 a.m. GBP, 12 hours later, 2 p.m. USD. And then we do have 8:30 USD news on Thursday. And then we also got a bunch of news on Friday. So it's definitely going to be interesting the rest of this week what GU is going to do, as well as, of course, the other charts as well. Especially GU, because like I said, GU's in that reversal territory. So we don't see price break out of this today. Is most likely going to wait for the news to make something shake. But We'll worry about that when it is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Right now, we're just going to take this setup and follow our rules like we always do. So we're going to be watching to see how GJ reacts to this level as well. We're just letting price retrace, y'all. Again, these retracements are good. It tanked all day yesterday and all night. Again, if you look at the daily candlestick, like I always tell y'all, all right, if y'all don't know, you're about to know now, right? When a new candlestick is formed, it's not as extreme on this one. So let's just go back to this one right here. When a new candlestick is formed, now it does look the same. That's funny. Maybe because I was zoomed in. All right. So when we go look at the daily time frame, right, we can see how if we just look at the average move on a day, right? We just look at the average move on a day. Right, this is like an average move. This is an average move. This is an average move. This is an above average move, above average move, above average move, above average move. Even this and this is above average move for the day, right? So when we look at price right now, London session just started 30 minutes ago, 34 minutes ago to be exact. And literally in just one session, it already did damn near average move for the day, right? And almost did a full move for the day in just one session. So when you see shit like this, do not be shocked or surprised if we see retracements or consolidation. Right now we see retracements, right? It is very rare. Again, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. It is very rare that price is going to do a big ass move consecutively non-stop without retracements. Tokyo, London, and New York session back to back to back to back to back, right? It is very rare. Even with this move right here, right? We didn't see anything crazy happen London session. We saw a drop Tokyo session, and then what happened? We retraced and consolidated, right? And then even New York Open, we consolidated a little bit, but the volume did not kick in and do the big move until New York session, right? So y'all back test some other days where we had big moves happen Tokyo and London session, and then we had retracements go on during New York session. Matter of fact, I think that happened literally, that literally happened on NAS100, right? So even with NAS100 on Friday, remember we called these NAS cells on Friday, right? We look here, this thing dropped all Tokyo session, did a retracement right before London session. Again, you see a retracement. Then it was a little bit choppy, but it still did a nice drop London session. And then you see here 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., right? Then 9:30, what happened at 9:30? Price retraced. Then we consolidated the rest of the day, right? So again, it's very rare that all day price is going to dump or fly. You get what I'm saying? So retracements are good, especially when we had big moves take place the previous night or the day prior, right? But at the same time, we're still not going to counter trend trade because, again, if you counter trend trade today, you're going to counter trend trade tomorrow. Any other day, you break your rules today, what's to keep you from sticking to your rules tomorrow, right? You cannot catch and cannot try to catch every pip and candlestick. All right, you should have a system, you should have settings to go for, and you should stick to the system, right? We're going to see how gold reacts right here. GU's doing a retest. NAS broke that level. So we're just going to let these charts retrace. I got no issue letting these charts retrace. I got no issue letting these charts retrace. If you got any questions, drop in the chat. When you look at the charts, drop in the chat. Again, y'all, we do not hold this level. We're going to be sucked back into reversal territory. If y'all did not see Friday's live stream, Friday is a perfect example of when there's not clear volume and why I like to only really trade in clean and clear uptrends or downtrends, because if there's not enough volume to break past that reversal point, we're just going to play pinball back and forth like we saw on Friday. So that thing's rejecting. We're still gonna hold the SRTP gets hit. Look to see how gold reacts here. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up. Yeah, NAS is canceling that entire drop it did last night, which is fine though. Because if we look at the market structure on NAS, we did just catch that lower low. All right, remember this was a green candlestick. We didn't break the rules of the downtrend, which is why price with the script. So we're in the middle of a lower low right now, right? We have the lower high, we have the lower low. So we got to break through these lows of traffic here for the downtrend to continue. It's going to take a little bit of volume, but like I said, I'm not against this retracement here. Where's my chart at? So, and this retracement hard. GJ just broke the zone. So we're looking to see if we're going to retrace or if we're going to break above and maintain 204.30 as support. If so, we can look for continued buys on the 204.70. Yeah, so we'll just let these two do their thing. We'll just go back to it later on or New York session. Just pay attention to GJ and G right here. Again, look how price reacted to these low. We got the alert. Look how price reacted. That's why we have these levels alerted. This is also why we entered and exit off these levels. Look, as soon as price touched this level, it rejected. That's exactly why I have this level marked off. See how gold reacts here. New 15 about to pop up. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When you're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live and subscribe, y'all. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Got a new video lined up for y'all today as well. Make sure to have y'all's noties on. And make sure to check out the playlist. All playlists are up to date. We just hit 4,200 subscribers, y'all. Let's get to 4,300.
It's nap time.
No, it is not. We are not going to sleep. There we go. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let me get this music going again. Give me a second. There we go. Damn, GU rejected. GJ rejected his low. We're still going to hold the SRT to get us hit. Let's see what NAS is doing. Yeah, GJ rejected that low. Looks like NAS and gold are trying to push back down. I like both these setups right here. Looks like gold's trying to push down. It looks like NAS and gold are trying to push down. So if NAS can hold 24,750 as resistance, we could look for sales going down to 24,680. And then gold, if we could hold 40.36 as resistance, we could look for sales going to 40.16. I like both these setups right here. Yeah, I like these setups right here. Yeah, we got wicked out of GU. It happens. We're still up from yesterday's trades, though. Yeah, we got wicked out of GU. Is what it is, though. So now, since GU failed to break that level, I'm not going to touch GU until we break above 31.85. Now, why am I not going to touch GU for buys until we break back above that level? Because it clearly just showed that we're going to continue to range here until we break past one of these 2 points, right? So now I'm only going to go for sells if we can break below 31.25, or I'm going to look for buys if we can break above 31.85. Now, why am I doing that? Because again, this is going to stop me from continuously taking bad setups. Right now, if we had volume like we did yesterday, even though we had a re-enter yesterday, this wouldn't be a bad setup. But since price is obviously showing us it's struggling to do so, I'm just going to leave it alone, right? Because again, trading is all about going for high probability setups. If price is continuously, like we see, struggling to break past these 2 points, it doesn't make sense to keep on trying to go for a setup here until we can break past this point or break past this point. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do with GU now. Again, we're still up from yesterday, so I'm not tripping. But that's what we're going to do with GU. We're going to just let GU do its thing until further notice. So NAS did a nice rejection. And NAS rejected hard. So we're going to be focusing on NAS and gold right now. GJ is still valid for buys, but same thing with GJ, right? So we're not going to mess with GJ unless we can break above and hold 204.30 as support, right? Because GJ was kind of the same situation as GU, but we just broke out of that last week. Right, where last week we were struggling to break past these points. And then we just broke past that yesterday, right? So we need to maintain these 2 levels of support, or we're going to be back playing ring around the rosy, just like how GU is doing right now. So NAS ended up ripping hard. It's not at a good entry right now. What just happened? I'm not sure what the hell just happened. I'm telling you, my trading view has been bugging out the past couple weeks. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Right, so it's a little bit too far for entry, so we're either going to wait for price to retrace back to 24.740, or we're just going to look for entry at the next price at 24.670. It's a little too far for entry right now. And then gold, we're going to be looking to see if we can hold this low as resistance, or we're just going to try to retest this level. Because to be fair, it didn't retest this, right? It rejected, then blew through it, didn't retest it last night, so it could try to retest 58. Now, I did do a tighter stop loss than yesterday as well. Yesterday, our stop loss was down here. So I did the same stop loss as yesterday. We wouldn't be wicked out. But at the same time, did a tighter stop loss to get a better risk reward. Also, I'm not going to, there's no reason to have my stop loss that low, especially when the price is going to push up. Yesterday was a little bit lower due to us just breaking out of it. But we'll see what happens going into New York session. I just retracing a little bit. I just saved y'all's ears, man. I was right in front of my mic, almost sneezed all up in the mic. Just saved y'all's ears. Yeah, I like this setup here. It's just a little too far. I like this setup here. Yeah, I like this retracement. I like this retest. Yeah, but as long as we maintain below 24,800, I'm looking for sales today on this. Just want to see it retrace a little bit more to get a better entry. Trace a little bit more for a little bit entry. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up. All right, there it goes. It's retracing. All right, so we're going to see if we can close and hold this. If we can close and hold this, we're going to look for sales. All right, let's see if we can hold here. All right, we're about to see what this next 15 looks like. So we're looking to see if we can close. Because RSC is rejecting some right now, but we're going to see if we can close below here. So we can look for sales. And we're also going to be looking to see if gold can close below 40.34 and hold this as resistance. All right. If we hold 40.34 as resistance, we look for sales going down to 40.16. But again, we had huge jumps to start off the week, and we dumped all last night. So we're just retracing right now, which works out because if we retrace right now, then we have a higher likelihood of pre-New York and New York having some nice moves take place. So we're about to see what this next hour looks like. Let's see what NAS looks like right here. You got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. All right, new 15 about to see. We're gonna hold these levels as resistance. All right, NAS is still pushing up. Let's see what Gold's talking about. So NAS pushed back down. No, NAS is retesting that level still. Yeah, I like these two right here. They both got good market structure on both time frames. Like I said, we're just gonna need some volume right here. That's a nice wick. Yeah, look at that drop. Yeah, that's a nice drop right there on both of these. I like that retest. Yeah, so Gold might try to pick up the pace too. I like that rejection right here. Yeah, I like this rejection. Yeah, we pushing. Yeah, we're pushing. Look at that push. So we just hit TP1 off a rip. So we're already slowly canceling out the what you call it loss, the GU loss. All right, so again, this is why you don't over leverage. You just stick to your rules. But give me 1 second, I gotta type some shit up. So give me a second. Yeah, so we just need some volume because a lot of these charts are kind of struggling. We hit TP1 on this though. One hit, so we're gonna see what the rest of these charts do. And then we got GJ retracing. Yeah, GJ retracing. Gold might try to go timber here as well. Yeah, but I like both of these setups here. We're just waiting for volume right now. Again, if gold can maintain 40.36 as resistance, we could look for sales going down to 40.16. NAS just got a little bit of work to do. We got this level of traffic to the left of us. It's going to have to break through. It's the only thing with that. We just need some volume to break through that. This is gold. We don't have too much traffic on gold side. Yeah, so right now we're just waiting for some volume. Just what the charts are looking like right here. Yeah, so we're still flying at an entry. We hit TP1, we almost hit TP2. Then we wicked back. And then gold's still chilling here as well. So we're literally just waiting for volume. This is a good question. Do you always enter on the 15? 80% of the time. The other 20% is sometimes on the 5-minute. But the 15 is a stronger confirmation, in my opinion, than the 5-minute. If there's a lot of volume, I'm being more aggressive. I can't enter off the 5-minute, but more times than not, I look for retest off the 15, especially when we got stuff going on like we got right now. Again, if y'all did not watch the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis, because especially if you're not behind the scenes in Playmaker University or the Advanced Play Signature link in the description, you're definitely going to be confused throughout the week, especially after lies over, because we walk through and explain what's going on throughout the charts the entire day. So if you're not watching the Sunday chart analysis or behind the scenes, you're going to be confused on what's going on and confused on why we're looking for the setups we're looking for, right? But I mainly, like I said, 80% of the time I look for my confirmations off the 15, and most of the live streams you see me on the 15. There's only a few times I'll do it off the 5-minute, but more times than not it's the 15. Yeah, so we're right back in reversal territory with GU. So again, we're not going to touch GU for buys unless we break above and hold 3185 support, and we're not going for sales unless we break back down below 3125 and hold that as resistance, like we went for sales last week here, right? Again, you can see the same thing. We went for sales here. We hit a couple TPs, got stuck back into reversal territory, but as you can see right here, it also struggled to break this point, just like yesterday. And then you also, if y'all was on Friday's live stream, you see the same thing. Rejected, played pinball literally all last week. Well, not all last week, all Friday, right? So that's the game plan with GU. All right. GJ hit the zone. Again, that's why you don't breakout trade. You see how price reacted. So we're either going to look for GJ to retest and maintain 203.90 as support, or if they break above and hold 204.30 as support, we can look for buys going to 204.65. But Giovanni, if you watch my trade breakdowns, I just dropped one yesterday. You'll see from start to finish the whole process and the method to the madness. So make sure to check out the video I dropped yesterday, as well as check out the playlist. But again, we're just on the way for volume right now. We had a big dump happen all day yesterday and last night. We just had retracements take place. So now we're just looking to see if we're done retracing and if the momentum is about to continue, right? So that's really what we're just looking for on these charts. So we hit TP1, almost hit TP2, or reject them. And this happens sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be a retracement day, and sometimes we take setups, we just get caught in the retracement or rejection. That's just part of the game, right? Just like we talked about the live stream yesterday on TikTok. At some point, price is going to have to retrace. At some point, price is going to have to reverse. But that doesn't mean you just try to catch retracements or reversals, because again, if we just go back to the basics, no matter if we're in an uptrend or downtrend, what is the bigger move in the uptrend, the retracement or the continuation to the upside? The continuation to the upside, aka the higher high, right? What's the bigger move in the downtrend, the retracement or the push to the downside, right? And that's what we see with gold, even on the smaller time frames, right? If we go look at yesterday, for example, right? This is when market open. What did price do? Push to the downside more than the pushed up, right? Also look at the green candlesticks. Look at the retracement. A lot less volume, a lot more wicks versus the continued push to the downside. Volume, bigger moves, right? Obviously, we rejected here, but that's because this was a key price level. But even with here, look at how price consolidated here. Rejected this level again. But guess what? What happened when price came back to this resistance level? It pushed back down. And then look what quote-unquote coincidentally happened right at this level when this candlestick closed and a new 15 popped off. The volume kicked in to push to the downside, right? So again, that's why you go with the flow of price, because when that volume kicks in, you want to ride that volume, right? You want to catch that wave. Obviously, we didn't catch this wave. You look at NAS100, same thing, right? When the volume picked up, which way did it go? Did it continue pushing to the upside? Right? Imagine if we was going with the flow of price on the smaller time frame. And this was Monday 3 a.m., right? We go live London session every day. So imagine if yesterday we tried to catch the buys here going into London session instead of going for sales. Again, what did price do more? It went down way more than it went up. Went down way more than it went up. And then it literally repeated this move 3 different times. right? And then same thing with gold. When it came to this level, what would have had to try to catch the reversal? You would have got fucked up this time, right? So again, this is why you want to go with the flow of price. Even if we see rejections, retracements go on like we see right now. Because again, rejections are part of the game, retracements are part of the game. They got to happen at some point. But this is why math's important, right? I always say it's trading split into three parts: the charts, strategy, and math. So now I'm about to pull out the handy dandy calculator to show how we're still up. Hold on a second. My damn computer bugging out. But we're about to pull out the handy dandy calculator and show how we're still up, even with what's taking place right here. Right. And this is how motherfuckers with 30% win rate somehow be still profitable or break even. So let's break it down. All right, so let's pull out the calculator. If my computer will work. Yeah, I got to restart my computer or something after this. I want to do this before I restart my computer, though. My computer is tripping right now. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. Like I said, I was trying to wait till the live was over, but the thing crashed. Shout out to those that's still in here. I know we lost a couple people, but it is what it is. It wasn't like I was gone for 10 minutes. It is what it is. But anyways, let's break it down. So we hit TV1, then we got wicked out. So what I was about to do before this thing fucked up. Give me 1 second. Let me get this stuff back up. This is why the math part of trading is important, right? Because at some point, retracements and reversals are going to happen. At some point, we're going to take a trade and get caught in a retracement, get caught in a reversal. That's just part of the game, right? The trend is going to have to change at some point, or a low is going to have to go to a lower high. The higher high is going to have to come to a higher low, right? So let's talk about it really quick. Let's talk about it. So let's pull these charts back up. All right, so let's pull these charts back up. So we're going to do 2 different scenarios. All right. And this is also why, let me get rid of some of this. I restarted my computer, so all my shit's popping up. I forgot about that part. All right, cool. Nothing else should pop up. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me good. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me good. All right, somebody in the chat, let me know if y'all can hear me good before we break this down. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, take a trip down memory lane to last week, right? So we're going to do a few things. We're going to take it back from last week to this week. Then we're going to go this week, and then we're going to go the month, right? So we're going to just take it back to the basics. All right, thank you, Ro. I'll pull out the handy dandy calculator, and I'll look at NAS2. It'll be funny if it pushes back down. But let's break this down, right? So this is how we did last week. Last week, we went 6-1. We took 1 loss, took 6 wins, right? So let's break it down. So we pull out the handy dandy calculator, right? And let's just do simple math. We're going to do simple numbers, y'all. This is not how I recommend y'all risk, but we're just using simple numbers, right? So let's just say, okay, we start off with 10K, and then we're risking 100 per trade, right? So again, I do not recommend risking 100 per trade if you gotta. Actually, you can do that with the 10K account, but that's besides the point. We're just using simple numbers, right? So let's say we're risking $100 per trade. So let's go take a trip down memory lane. Monday, we went 1-1, right? We blow our account. No, we did not. Then we took a GBPJPY that ended up being 3R. So again, simple math was 100 times 3, 100 times 3, 300. So we started out with 10K last week. We took a L, and then we made 300. This is why I say you want to risk the same on every single trade. So members and students, if you're in Playmaker University or the Advanced Play Signal, make sure to click the pinned messages and join the group chat that way. And then once you join the group chat, click the pinned video in the group chat so you know exactly how to calculate your lot size to make sure you're risking the same amount every single trade. So we just got wicked out, but it looks like it's about to try to push back down below. I don't know why I traded. This is what I'm talking about. Trading has been bugging out. Y'all saw I put this here, and it keeps on moving over to the right. All right, so we did get wicked out, but it looks like it's about to push back down in our favor. So depending how that looks, I might re-enter that. So let me actually put this on my other screen so I can pay attention to that. All right, so let's pull the calculator back out. Okay, so we start off the week 1-1, but you see how we're 1-1 and we're still up for the day. This is why risk management and risk reward is so important. So then we go to Tuesday. Tuesday we took 1 trade, caught a 1-1. So again, we're risking $100, so we made a 1-1. That means we made $100. So boom, right? Then Wednesday we caught a 1-6. Boom, right? Thursday we caught a 1-3. Boom, right? Then Friday we caught a 1-1, a 1-1, right? So boom. So that's how we ended last week. So we started at 1140. We started at 10K. and we made 14%. Right. So then going into this week, we took 2 wins. We caught a 1-1 and a 1-2. Right. So we got a 1-1 and a 1-2. That's not including the re-entry on GU, because I did re-enter GU. That's not including the re-entry. That's just including the first trade, right? That's not even including the re-entry. If we count the re-entry, that's a 1-3, but we're not going to count that. We're just going to count the signal. All right. Keep it simple, keep it fair. And then just now, we took an L on GU. It did not hit TP1. We took an L on GU. So are we down from last week? No, we are not. Did we destroy all of our profits from last week? No, we did not. Shit, did we destroy our profits from yesterday? No, we did not, right? So if we even, let me keep that number in mind, 11,600. So even if we do just the setups from yesterday, that GU sell did not fuck us up, right? Even if you didn't get wicked out and you took a L on NAS right here, we did hit TP1. Even if you didn't get wicked out, you took an L on NAS right here. Did you cancel out your profits from yesterday? No, you did not, right? So this is how people can have a 40% win rate and still be in profit. Just the 4 trades we took. Again, let's break it down. Let's do worst case scenarios. We caught a 1-1 on GU yesterday, and then we caught a 1-2 on gold. We took an L on GU just now. We hit TP1 on NAS, but let's say you was holding to the final TP. You took an L on NAS. We're still up for the week, right? So this is why it's important to understand risk management and how to calculate your lot size and contract size. You should not be putting the same lot size and contract size for every single trade. All right. That's how I'm able to go from gold to GU to GJ to NAS to US30 back to GU to GJ. We still make the same amount of bread. Obviously, depending on risk reward is different. We still risk the same amount, I should say, because again, I'm calculating my lot sizes, right? So that's just me breaking down last week and this week. So if y'all just joined this week, you're still in profit. If y'all joined last week, you're still hella in profit. But if we take it to the beginning of the month, right? If we take it to the beginning of the month, when was November? November was what you call it? Now I talk about this stuff in this video right here, right? So I dropped this link before the stream. But if we go to this month, right? So the first day of the month was on the 3rd. November 2nd was on a Sunday. So we're just going to go to what you call it? 9, right? So for the first week, we went 8-0. So we're going to bring the calculator back out. All right, we're going to bring the handy dandy calculator back out. But before we do that, let's do NAS with me. NAS just broke back down below. So if we can close underneath that, I'm not against re-entering. It's right back at our entry point. Give me one second. All right, cool. So we were doing the math, right? So this is how we did the first week of November, right? This is week 1 of the month. 8-0, 100% win rate. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to pull out the handy dandy calculator, and we're going to start at our base, which is 10,000, right? So we caught a 1-2 and a 1-1. So again, simple math. Boom, right? Then we caught a 1-5 and a 1-4. Boom, right? Then we caught a 1-1. Then we caught a 1-3, 1-2, 1-3. So 300, 200, 300. All right. So this is how we did week 1 of the month. So we're up for the month. Then we go to week 2. All right. So we go to week 2. We went 6-1. Let me make sure I'm doing the dates correctly. Yep. So we went 6-1. All right. So we had a 1-3, 1-1, 1-6. So we're about to do all that. 1 to 3, 1 to 1, 1 to 6, 1 to 3, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. 1 to 6, 1 to 3, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. All right. Then we go to last week. No, this was last week. So then we bring it into this week. All right. Kata 1 to 1, 1 to 2. 1 to 1, 1 to 2. And then we bring it to today. All right. So new 15 is about to pop up. Gold's holding as low as resistance. NAS wicked this out, but now it's right back at our entry point. So we're about to see if it's going to push back down. Looks like it's about to try to do the move I was looking for. So I might re-enter that shit. If gold can maintain 40.36 as resistance, we could look for sales going to 40.16. And yeah, this thing looks like it's about to do the move now. So we got wicked out. It went back down below, and now it's about to look like it's about to try to push again for us. But so again, we took an L on GU. Let's bring the calculator out. Did this blow our profits from last week or the month? No, it did not. Did the NAS100 set to blow our profits from the week or the month? No, it did not, right? So again, this is why risk management is so important, right? So again, if we go from this week, we're still in profit. If we go from last week to this week, we're still in profit. If we go from the beginning of the month to this week, we're still in profit. This is why risk management is so important. I literally dropped a video a couple weeks ago talking about this. Let me see if I can find the video really quick. I think I dropped it on YouTube as well, but since we're on YouTube, I guess I should no, I'm gonna find it on TikTok. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Again, don't just follow me for the live streams. Check out the videos. I swear, every video I post, every message is for a reason, right? So let me try to find this video really quick. I dropped it like a couple weeks ago. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Here we go. Let me share this really quick. Copy link. So I'm gonna post the TikTok and the Instagram version. So that's the TikTok version. So let me know if what I'm talking about is making sense. Let me know, hey, Way, you're just talking. Or let me know, hey, Way, what you're saying is making sense right now. Let me know if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. All right. If y'all don't get it, don't act like you get it. If you don't get it, let me know. But if y'all get what I'm talking about, let me know. All right, now here's the Instagram version. Boom. All right, so make sure to watch that after this live is over. So go ahead and click it so you can save it. So after I end this live, make sure to watch that post, okay? I'm actually going to put it on my Instagram story as well, so there's no excuse for y'all motherfuckers not to watch this shit. So let me go ahead and put this in my story as well. Right, so in this video, it shows a person that has a positive win rate but a shitty risk reward. And this person has a positive win rate, but you can see how even though they won more trades than they lost, how due to inconsistent risk rewards and risk per trade, they're not in profit. All right, so make sure I watch that post. On my Instagram story, I just put it in the chat for both TikTok and Instagram. Shit, I might put it on my TikTok story right now too, because why the fuck not? There we go. All right, so nobody in the chat understands what we just broke down. All right, I don't see nobody in the chat saying that's making sense. So I'm either going to take that as a good thing or a bad thing. All right. So anyways, we're going to see what the markets do going into New York session. All right, gameplay is still the same. We're looking for sales. As long as NAS doesn't break past 24,914, 24,910, we're looking for sales. So we're either going to look for sales here at 24,740, or if we could retest 24,800, hold that as resistance, we're looking for sales. Gold, we're looking for sales as long as we maintain below 40.78. I would not want to see it go back to 40.78, so I would just see it hold 40.36 as resistance, and then we can look for sales going to 40.16. But if it does reject this level, it could try to retest because, again, it did not retest last night 40.58, so it could try to retest 40.58 and see if we can hold that level as resistance. And like I said, with GU, I'm not touching GU unless we can break above and hold 31.85 as support, or if we break below 31.25 and hold that as resistance. And the GJ, we're going to break this down right here. So we're approaching the zone again on GJ. So a GJ, we can break above and hold 204.30 as support. We're going to look for buys going to 204.70. All right, y'all. That is the game plan for today. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Y'all got me a little bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all ain't responding with that shit. So I'm just gonna assume that what I said made sense. I'm gonna take silence as a good thing. But yeah, we'll be live later on today on TikTok. Members, you already know, dropped the New York price watch list for y'all in the New York session. Got a new video drop for y'all later on today. Dropped a new video for y'all yesterday on YouTube. So make sure to check that out. Again, make sure to check out the post that I just dropped in the chat. And yeah, so we're gonna see what NAS and gold does. NAS is back at our entry. Gold, as you can see, is rejecting this level, so we can see some sales right here. And then we're going to see what GJ does, see if we can break it back above this level going into New York session. Thank you, boss, for this quality of knowledge. God bless you. Hey, I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Paul. Shout out to everybody else in the live as well. But yeah, we out.